Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for Farming Simulator 22 as we continue our tribute run here on Elmcreek. Just had to go get a bit more seed from our silo. Almost done with the cotton, but needed just a little bit more. Alright, get him rolling again. Roller guy is doing alright. Plowing guy's not doing quite as good. He's missed a couple spots. In fact, he's a little confused right now for some reason, so we're going to get him figured out. It's not fun that he can't turn around that way. Guess if we raise this up, presumably that'll get that out of the way and I can turn a little bit easier. Alright, let's lower the unfold the plow. Definitely think we're gonna have to do some extra work ourselves here. Not really getting much, are we? Actually, no, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to keep it over here. I made a mistake. Yeah, there we go. Because I want to be able to turn left. That's what I want. So this is fine. A little awkward, but we got it figured out. Alright, let's move on to the next one. These plowings are going to take quite a while. So, I guess we'll bring you over... probably over here. Actually, we can just bring down this road. And that should be sufficient. Okay, you're done, my friend. I don't know what you're thinking you're doing, but we are good. Let's get you... Okay, you already started over here. Aren't you just so smart? Is it even worth going to get the other roller? It might be. Just save a little bit of time. Although we got plenty of time. Like I said, we're going to have to finish all the plowing. If anything, it might be worth considering getting another plow just to help with our machines. I mean, there's two ways to look at that. We can either just be patient and get it all done with our with the rented stuff that we've already got and make the most money possible, or go get our own plow and make sure to turn these in. Go get our own plow and speed things up, which means more money per hour, effectively. More money per time spent. How much would a good plow? Not necessarily like a small cheap one. Obviously, we get any of these small ones for nothing. And we probably want at least the 6-meter plow just to make it remotely worth our while. I mean, arguably the 4.9 wouldn't be a terrible thing to use, but I really think we want at least the 6-meter. There's a 6.2 meter for actually cheaper than the 6-meter, interestingly enough. Oh, wow, that takes a lot of horsepower, which we do not have. That's the other thing. We just don't have the horsepower for these big ones. What is our horsepower, like 225, something like that? Or if even that much. No, we're at 300. Okay, never mind. My mistake. So 360 is probably a bit much. But we could definitely do the 300 here. It's not ideal. How much would this cost us? 3,000 bucks. So reduce it by 3,000 bucks. Obviously, the worker hours wouldn't make a difference because we would either be spinning that with one guy or two guys. It's the same amount of money when it's all said and done. I don't know. It's a $3,000 contract. Or sorry, a $16,000 contract. So there's plenty of money to be made. If those hadn't been disappearing as fast as they were, the contracts that were there sitting there, we might have been able to find another plow, but they were like dropping like crazy. So I just kind of scrambled to grab the one we knew we needed and then just picked up a couple of the other ones that we could. I mean, again, we're still making a lot of money off this contract. And honestly, 3,000 bucks is paid for with just this one contract alone, just about. I mean, pretty close to it. Between these two, it is paid for. You are having some issues, my friend. All right, we'll get that rolling. You know what? I feel like there's more money to be made from selling our products than these contracts. So any money we make from the contracts is great, but I'd rather just get these finished and move on. So I think we are going to go ahead and leash you, my friend. Just to get some more stuff going quicker. Get these done, move on, and still make some good money. I mean, we're making probably at least 10,000 bucks just from all those contracts today, maybe a little bit more. I like how these guys stop for that guy sitting way over there. Now, arguably, you could say that it's less worth it because we're putting more wear and tear on our own equipment. That is definitely a thing, but I think at the end of the day, we're making enough money. We're going to be fine. let's get you sent over to, I guess, field 64. We'll just knock that out real quick. You're almost done. I mean, you're got a long ways to go. And once we move over to 68, it's going to be an extremely long contract, but we'll get through it. I'll probably just go eat dinner or something like that, let it run in the background, and go from there. Alright, get him rolling. You are almost done. You're doing mostly okay. Alright, I'll put a quick skip in here. We'll be back once we've made some more progress. Alright, we're back. We do have both of our plows working on the final field now, so making some progress there. Nothing else come up yet. We did have a very small cotton planting contract come up that I went ahead and just knocked out because it was right next to our main place. But other than that, it gave us like a few $100. Nothing much, but it was something to do. One thing I am going to go ahead and do, and it's the reason I came back early, is because I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to the next month while we're doing this contract. Usually these contracts stick around. Like, I mean, this plowing contract right here, we've actually had on the list for a couple months. And now that we actually have it, I think it'll stick around to next month. And since it's not tied to any sort of particular month, like it's not like plant cotton and this is the last month we can plant cotton or anything like that. Plowing we can do anytime, so it should stick around. And if it doesn't, at least you guys will know why we don't have it anymore. But I'm going to go ahead and fast forward so that way we can go ahead and start doing the fertilizing, the weeding, all that kind of stuff on our cotton fields and just kind of keep things moving along, because we still have, you know, obviously this tractor that can go ahead and start knocking that type of stuff out. So let's do that. Let's move ahead. Let's go ahead and pay off a little bit of the loan. Not all of it, though, because I do want to save a little bit just so that those workers don't stop working all of a sudden. I did also, by the way, turn in, and I should have done this a long time ago. I turned in this belt system right here, this auger, whatever. What is it? Conveyor, auger, whatever it is. Turn that in right there. We still have this one because this is the one that's going to give us seed, but we're not going to plan on putting any more wheat in here anytime soon, if ever, because this wheat is going to last us for a very long time. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. It would save us a few $100 a month. Not a ton, but every little bit helps at this point. And again, I should have done that a long time ago, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and fast forward and get our fields continued processing. All right, you're still going. You're still going. And let's grab you to grab one of our sprayers and get started on that. Still going to bring you over here and start on this side, I think. All right, you're going. Let's check to see if there's any new contracts that popped up. A couple of fertilizing contracts. We might actually knock those out as well. Those are pretty easy to do. Weeding. See, the weeding ones just aren't worth that much. The equipment they have set up for us it just makes it not really worth it. Unless we're using our own equipment. So we're going to go ahead and grab these two though, because why not? We will borrow items from you. I mean, I could use my own sprayers, but honestly, I don't mind just buying a bunch of solid fertilizer, getting these knocked out real quick. Speaking of things, anything here that we care about? Nothing here, unfortunately. Let's grab you. Before I pick that up, let's go ahead and buy a bunch of solid fertilizer. Probably 4 bags is probably plenty. Probably more than enough. All right, let's go. All right, got you moving. You're doing all right. You are doing mostly all right. We'll have to come back clean up a little bit, but mostly good. You're also doing all right. So 30% through, so we're making progress, sort of, getting there. Was this potatoes? Does appear to be potatoes. It's on 54, nothing at the moment. Someday we'll get 54, but again, we've decided that the harvester is worth the most to us year over year at the moment. How are we looking on close? Do I need to go unload that at all? No, I'm still doing all right. Plenty of fabric. We are almost out of cotton in spinner B and a little bit more in spinner A. About 2 months worth, it looks like. A little bit more. At least the fertilizing stuff goes extremely quickly. I don't see how that's worth it at all. That's the problem. Like if I could grab one of these weeder things and then just do several fields, it might be borderline worth it. But even then, I don't know if it's worth it by much. I think it's normally you don't see these weeding contracts. It's just part of that add-on that I have or the mod I have that gives us more contract choices and more equipment for the contracts. So I think that's the reason why these are popping up, but don't really see them being worthwhile at the moment. All right, so let's get you. Well, that's fine. I didn't mean to hit the worker button, but it worked. And we'll grab just a little bit here. And we'll do this field over here, and we're done. Well, done with this part. Then we still got to do a lot of weeding. Lots of weeds. It's a very large field. All right, I'll put a quick skip in there. We'll be back in a moment. All right, we're back. I did pick up a bunch more fertilizing contracts. We used to be in a situation where, or at least I thought I remembered this, where we would get full reimbursement for the fertilizer that we picked up. So I had actually just filled this thing up. I was like, whatever, we'll just go do a few more contracts, fill this thing out completely. Anything left over, we'll get full credit for. No big deal. But I just did the math on it, and we definitely do not get full credit for the fertilizer that is not used. So I'll have to remember that in the future and make sure I try to only get as much fertilizer as we're going to need at any given point in time. I mean, it's not significantly off, but it's off by a few $100, you know, for maybe a full load or something like that. Something to know, just something to take into account. But let's see, we've got you finished up on fertilizing. We got to go get you to pick up the weeder. Almost done with the plowing though. About 2/3 of the way. And we were able to pick up enough fertilizing contracts that we should be able to definitely make some money off of all that. So it'll work out. Just good to know that turning it in early, or turning in with lots of fertilizer in the thing still, is not really that much, not that good for us. I mean, it's good that you get some reimbursement in case you do go over, but your overage should not be an entire cart full. It should be smaller. So easy enough to fix in our did you not finish unfolding? Easy enough to fix in our process going forward. All right, well, we're going to put a cut in there. When we come back, probably have more of these fertilizing jobs finished. Be very close to 68, if not already done. And we'll go from there. But I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye. I wanted to give a special shout out to the following channel members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.